Greetings, folks. In January 2024, I made the decision to stand up, not just for myself, but for the people of Ireland. I led a campaign for a no vote in March the 8th referendum, because I could no longer sit back and watch our country's values being sold off piece by piece. I exploded, some might say, onto the political scene in Kerry and across the country, not because I sought power, but because I felt a duty in my heart to fight for what was right. I ran as an independent in both the local and general elections. And while I didn't win a seat, I don't consider myself a failed candidate. I consider myself a servant of the people. But this was never about winning. It was all about waking up the country. Let me be very clear. I paid for both my campaigns for the local and general elections out of my own pocket. I never took a brown envelope. I never accepted a cent from anyone with strings attached. I'm not for sale for this government or the global elites, and I never will be. I started my GoFundMe Gaine Save Ireland campaign back in February, not for personal gain, but to help funds for legal battles on behalf of you, the Irish people. I have now raised over €5,000. Just imagine what I could do if I had 500,000. Unlike others, I can count for every single cent of that fund. There are GoFundMe pages out there run by barristers who've raised over, I believe, €250,000 with no accountability, no transparency, and nothing to show for it. But mine, every euro, every receipt, every action traceable, honest, and done in service of Ireland. Everything I've done alone, with the strength of my convictions and faith of the people behind me. I've exposed corruption. I've stood up against election rigging. I've spoken truths about others who were afraid to say so. If one woman on her own can achieve this with just €5,000 and sheer will, just imagine what we could all achieve together. For all of those who've already donated to Gaine Save Ireland GoFundMe page, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are as much as part of this movement as I am. And to those watching now, if you believe Ireland is worth saving, I ask you to join me, donate what you can, share our message, be part of something real, because Ireland isn't gone yet. As long as I'm still standing, I won't let it fall. Next Saturday at 2 p.m, thousands of concerned Irish citizens will take to the streets of Cork in a peaceful protest. A moment that could mark the largest public rally in the history of the Irish state. It is a cry from the heart of our people to be heard, to be respected, and to reclaim our future. And yet, what does the GAA do? They schedule the Munster hurling final, Cork versus Limerick, for 6 p.m. the very same day in Gaelic Park in Limerick. This isn't just poor planning. It feels like sabotage. The GAA, once a pillar of our cultural resistance and pride, is at risk of turning its back on its very own people who built it. Let us not forget it was Croke Park that the 14 people who were murdered on Bloody Sunday in 1920 while attending a Gaelic football match. The GAA's legacy is soaked in the blood of those who stood for Ireland's freedom. And now, when the People's Republic of Cork, proud Cork, rise in peaceful resistance, the GAA chooses to distract, divide, and dilute that voice. I have a message to President Jarlath Burns of the GAA. I say, Reschedule the match. Do it in the name of community. Do it in the name of national unity. Do it in respect for the People's Republic of Cork, who deserve to be heard and not sidelined. And to every supporter of the GAA, to every lover of hurling and football, I say, for one day, let the small ball wait. Let the county's crest on your jersey stand for far more than sport. Let it stand for courage, conviction and community, and put on the GAA jerseys and attend these protest march in the People's Republic at Grand Parade next Saturday at 2 p.m. We are at a turning point in this country. Our people are awake. They are rising. They are demanding better. And if we silence that voice, if we ignore that energy, we risk losing something far more important than a championship. Let Cork rise. Let Ireland rise, for our past, but for your future. My heart is heavy and my voice is shaking, not just with grief, but with anger, because Michael Gaine is dead. And the more we learn, or rather fail to be told, the more this feels like a cover-up, a betrayal, a disgrace. Michael, by all accounts, was a decent, hard-working gentleman, a neighbour, a son of Kerry. He is now gone under the most horrific circumstances, and yet the silence is louder than any scream. We must now ask, who decided to search the septic tanks where his remains were eventually found? Who was given that job? Who made the shocking, incomprehensible decision to search only half of the smaller septic tank? If they had searched it fully the first time, could Michael Gaine's body have been found sooner? Could his family have had answers? Could a killer have been caught? Instead, it looks and feels like they walked over the evidence. This is Ireland 2025, not the Ireland of secrets and silence. And yet, here we are again. It feels like the Kerry babies case all over again. A tragedy, then silence, then shame. Have we learnt nothing? The authorities have a duty not just to law, but to Michael Gaine, to his family, and to all of us who now lie awake wondering how for someone would go for land, for sand, or for power. And why has the media gone quiet? Why the silence? We will not be quiet. We will not forget. We will not forgive a system that fails its own people. I call today for a public inquiry into the investigation of Michael Gaine's death, a release of the names, decisions and actions taken around that septic tank search, and accountability, because if these investigations worked in any private company, they'd be fired for this mess. The people of Kerry have long memories, and we have even longer courage. Michael Gaine deserves the truth. His family deserves the truth, and Kerry deserves justice. We are not going away. We are not going to be silenced. I, Michelle Keane, am keen on our country, and let's make Éire great again. Gura Míle Maith Agaibh.